guys, my name is Jessica Powers, and this is the Who Do You Aspire to Be podcast. I have the great pleasure of having Jax Davis on with us. Jax Davis is somebody that I've actually known for a very long time. I think we're going on about 22 years. And she has definitely been one of our big surprises in with our company. And I'm really excited to get her on, ask her some questions, see what she's been doing, what Family First Life has done for her, and some tips and, things that you guys can implement to help in your success. And if you're thinking about this opportunity, just seeing, anybody can do this, and why not you also? So Jax, if you could just let us know, please, what's your background, where do you come from, and, really what were you doing before Family First Life?
Yeah, thanks, Jess. So before Family First Life, I was like a lot of single moms. I was in and out of kind of like public assistance. I remember I was running out of TANF money, and they were like, you need to go to school. And so I did, and I did 2 half degrees and eventually got my 3rd degree. And before that point, I was making about a little under $800 a month.
So $800.
$800. I was in, low income housing, so that was, it was livable.
Right. And how many kids do you have?
Oh gosh, I have 4.
Okay, so 4 kids.
Yep. And I remember I was so proud of that degree, and I graduated and got my first job in the field, and I made just about $800 a month. And at that point I was, looking for the little grid every week that Brian would post of your numbers.
Right. So you were watching,
Yep.
You were watching through Facebook, our posts, seeing what we were doing.
Exactly.
And, what did you feel like when you would see those posts, see the numbers pop up, things like that? What did that make you think?
I can remember the number that stuck out. You made 49 something that week. And I was like, oh my gosh, she made this a month. And I showed somebody, and they go, the date is for a week. And I was like, wait a minute. No, it's not. And I had to relook, and then I was like, oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So saw the numbers, kind of like what a lot of people think is, is that real? Is that true? Yeah. So tell me about, you were making $800 a month, right? You were, living in not a great place with your family. And
let's touch on that. I was living in a converted garage lean-to with no kitchen, with all my kids, my dogs, and no kitchen, like I said. So we had a hot pot, a barbecue, and a tarp.
Right. So you came to Family First Life. I know your story where you were just like, well, I can't really go anywhere else but up. So let's start with this, right? So tell me, I know the story, you started, actually you applied for a position that I had posted looking for some admin help.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that when you came to go over the admin job, instead of really having like a resume, you had your goal sheet for an agent. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to have anybody as an admin for very long, because this woman here, she wants to be an agent. Right. So,
but I didn't have self-belief.
Right. Well, and I think a lot of people run into that, right? I think
too.
a lot of people, and that's something that we're going to talk about, is, the self-belief, right? Like not thinking, oh, this person can do this, right? Like I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Right. So let's fast forward now. You're into Family First Life. We know where you came from. So what is the most that you've had deposited in 1 month since you've been with Family First Life?
Yeah, so IP, it was around 13,000, and it was around Christmas.
So around Christmas time.
And that was like epic.
So $13,000 deposited into your account right around Christmas.
Yeah, we played.
I bet.
We worked, but it was like our first Christmas.
Right. Yeah. Maybe a lot of Christmases poured into one, huh?
Yeah.
Right. So that right there, I've seen this, how Family First Life has really been able to change people's lives and to completely just take, people who are not in a great situation. Maybe they were dealt a a bad hand, or life came and we didn't expect it, and or we weren't brought up in a certain avenue where we felt like, oh, everybody else can do that. Right. And really, I think the message here, this is why we do this, who do you aspire to be? Because it's like, why not me? Why not you?
Why not me?
So let's dive in a little bit, because I know that one of the biggest strengths that you have is that you're a very good closer, right? We've all had our struggles, phones, things like that. But one of the things that I know is really great with you is that you are a really good closer. So let's talk about that. Like, what are some key tips for somebody, and why do you feel that you have so much success in the house?
I would attribute a lot of my success in home to training.
Okay.
I found out by kind of being a Facebook stalker who I'm coachable to, who speaks and I hear them, how it's going to be effective when I'm out in the field. That's you. That's Tiffany. I spent a lot of my life just kind of okay. But when I'm in the home and I mirror those strong women doing the job that I want to be good at, all of a sudden I'm assertive. I sit a little taller. I find value. I don't get too wrapped up in rapport. I find value because I have a job to do when I'm going to help somebody. And then you close when you do those things. It's like, I thought to myself, how many times did I ask you or say to you, I can't say that? And then I'd get like, Mary, be like, let's spell this out. Like, you need this. This is Y, this is X, this is Z, this is important. And she goes, you're right. And I'm like,
you're like,
so
that's
the
it?
whole time it was me. I'm like, well, I'm not saying that to you. How many times could I have said that and help somebody?
Right. Instead of getting I need to think about it, thanks for the information, getting bold.
Yeah, it's not even just that. I remember when I first started, it was like, well, what is there to think about? It's like, no, literally what? Like, no, we're here. Let's do this. Come on. I care too much now. I'm so involved, almost a year into this. I'm so involved.
Right. Yeah, because this is families that we're helping, right? Yeah. And, what if it was our family that, somebody sat down with our family and didn't, wasn't bold enough to get uncomfortable and to say things that, are real, but we are so worried about being somebody like likable or being somebody's friend. But in reality, it's our job to get out there, to, challenge people when they need to be challenged, to help them and to guide them. We're there for a reason. Right. So what do you feel like, can you, give a couple tips to somebody who, is watching these and is thinking, well, I have never made, that type of money in 1 month. I've never made over 10,000 or 13 or 14,000 in a month. And, that's not for me. What would you tell somebody that was watching that?
You won't if you don't work here. Or if you want to be a brain surgeon. I think that, I don't know, because you can, unless you stop yourself, you can, right? If you have a steward's heart, if you want to work hard, even if you don't know how to work hard, this is the avenue that shows you how to do that. I didn't know how to work hard. I have to put discipline on like deodorant.
I like that line. You always say that. I got to put discipline on like deodorant.
Every morning, or I stink at this, right? And I didn't have the skills that I have now. I didn't have the mindset that I had because I didn't have the training. I didn't have the mentorship. I didn't have the platform to even have those in my life.
Right.
So more even just helping families, making money I've never made. Me as a person, I've grown exponentially.
Right. And I've definitely seen that. I've seen a big huge growth. Right. So, if you are like myself or like Jax, that is just, what else is out there for me? I see everybody else having great successes, having their great, moments in life, whatever their path is, then, I definitely urge you, reach out to learn more. This can be for you, and again, who do you aspire to be? So thank you for getting on our podcast, and I hope that this was helpful. And thanks, Jax. I appreciate you.
Thank you.